In a Fox News opinion piece, our next guest writes, if Democrats decide to pivot from Trump and run on an economic message, they're doomed. I guess he believes that if they have their own message and run on their own message, they're not going to be very successful. By the way, there's also a poll, a Fox poll. It shows that 48% believe the Democrats are going to win the House in November. Joining us now is Andy Puzder, frequent guest on the show. OK, you say that, look, if they reject Trump's economic plan and the Democrats run with their plan, they're doomed. What economic plan do they have?
Well, they really don't have a plan. That's really the point. Look, when you talk about a plan for the economy, you're generally talking about something that generates economic growth. Well, their plan, they don't have a plan that generates economic growth. They don't even talk about it. In fact, Nancy Pelosi has been demeaning economic growth and the creation of jobs as unimportant. What they have is a plan to increase taxes on people that have been successful, even though the top 10% pay about 70% of taxes now, redistribute those tax benefits to people that might vote for them, in other words, buying votes, or expanding the size and scope of government, and then going on TV or making speeches that use phrases like fairness and decency that they don't really mean. They're not really talking about being fairness and decency for a broad range of American people. They're talking about giving money to people that will support them. So there is no economic plan on the progressive Democrat side for growth. Unlike John Kennedy or Bill Clinton, today's Democratic Party is intellectually bankrupt on economic growth.
OK, do you think they will therefore not retake the House? Are you going to make that prediction?
I think it'll be very close. I think Newt Gingrich was talking about maybe a red wave as opposed to a blue wave. I think we're seeing people are really beginning to realize that the economy is the growth in the economy is positively impacting them. 67% of Americans in a Gallup poll last week said that it was a good time to find a good quality job. That's the highest percentage ever. It had never been over 50% before President Trump was elected. It's never been under 50% since he was elected. So the American people are beginning to understand what's going on here. And you could well see the Democrats not take the House, and thank God, because Nancy Pelosi, you listen to the comments she makes, and you wonder what planet this woman's from.
OK. I want your opinion on Google. As you know, and our viewers know, we've been editorializing on this. Google will not allow its artificial intelligence technology to be used in Pentagon weapons. My interpretation is that they will not defend America. What's your opinion on that, Andy?
I think it's horrific. You think about all the Americans that have died to defend our freedom and our liberties. And then you have these snowflakes at Google who don't appreciate at all what they've been given in life because of the system that people have died defending, refusing to support our national defense so that if we're facing an enemy overseas, we're not going to be able to use their technology to limit our losses. That's disgusting. I switched to Bing a couple of years ago because I don't like how Google deals with national holidays or religious holidays. If you're patriotic, if you're religious, if you believe in the United States of America, look, switch to Bing. They're just as effective as Google. We don't need Google.
Well, it's
more like you're on a campus at Berkeley than you're dealing with a serious company.
That bad? Bing is the search engine of Microsoft, I believe. But
yes.
Look, I know you're not necessarily a stock watcher, but do you think that at some point all the bad publicity that Google's getting will be reflected in the stock? What do you think?
I think that, I think it will be. I think particularly if people begin to stop using Google products like their search engine and their customer base drops, that's definitely going to have an impact on the stock. I think when you have publicity, it's generally a temporary impact, so they could take actions to fix this. But look, I think the CEO of Google actually believes in what his people want. I don't think he's out there. I think he made a mistake by going out and issuing this policy, but I think it supports what he honestly believes. And I think the public, the consuming public, should react to that. The left does this all the time with companies on the right. I think it's time for people on the right to do this with this company that's on the left.
I'd like to see him appear before Congress. Andy Puzder, thank you very much, sir. We'll see you again real soon.